It's Bristol, baby. Man, I've been wanting to say that for a long time at this track. A man who is no stranger to this track, Clay Millican, is riding the high of a recent win and certainly the emotions of the Homestate track. He's next here on the CompetitionPlus.com Peak Pit Note.
They leave the starting line. As they head to the finish line stripe, it's Clay Millican!
Yeah! Yes! Thank you, man! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Yeah!
Mr. Millican, there's been a lot of chatter in the sport of NHRA drag racing with Rick Ware Racing coming in, Jimbo tuning you. When would it all pay dividends? You shut them up at Chicago, but do you think you find the stride for this team with that win?
Well, I tell you what, it was a definite morale boost because we've worked our tails off. Rick has gave us brand new everything, and we struggled. You know, there was no secret about that. We hadn't won a round all year. And we go out and not only win one, we win four, you know, so we kind of picked up all of the lows all in one swoop, you know, just got it all done at one go round. You know, Chicago's been good to me over the years. Obviously got my start there. We won there on the 20th anniversary of the racetrack and of me driving. And then it wasn't called the 25th anniversary race, but technically it was because obviously the track was closed for a few years. So yeah, I mean, it's coming back around, no two ways about it. We have got a good race car. We kind of let one get away from us last night, had a freak parts breakage. Had a pretty good lead on Mike Salinas. I saw some video, we were probably a car length ahead of him, which would have been round one of Epping. And a burst panel decided to pop open with no trouble that we can find anywhere. And obviously it was okay because we just run low ET of Q3 there, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. We feel confident about what the car is doing. Jimmo's really getting this thing figured out. This car, even though it's the same kind of chassis, you know, it's a Schumacher car, but all the new parts, all the new things wanted different than what we were used to for the last couple years. You know, when Rick bought everything from Doug Stringer, Jimmo's been calling them seasoned parts. Well, we were used to those seasoned parts and kind of knew what they wanted. This car wants different, and it's just taking a little while to figure it out. But we're certainly starting to see the what is that term? Fruits of our labor, so to speak. The car's really turning around. I mean, it's just one race, but after going out there running low ET right then in the heat, 126-degree racetrack, I feel pretty good about it.
Take us into the Monday business meeting, as it were, telling the news to Rick Ware that, hey, you have won a NHRA national event and got a Wally.
Well, he knew about it before we could get him, but we had him on FaceTime, and he was hooping, hollering, screaming like a kid, as I was. That race win was, for me, about the people here. It wasn't for me winning. I was excited for them, and I was really excited for Rick because he wanted to go drag racing his whole life, and he's obviously involved in so many motorsports. And this, that was his first real big national kind of win in this country. He did win the Global Supercross Championship last year. His team did, but for him to kind of get a lifelong win in a nitro category, which was huge for him. It was exciting to tell him about it, and then we actually sent the Wally home, and he did not know we did that. I stopped in a rest area on the way home and surprised him through FaceTime, giving him the Wally, so it's been pretty cool. He's here this weekend hanging out. The guy's all over the place. I mean, NASCAR's, IMSA car, IndyCar, flat track, Supercross, you name it, he's doing it, and the guy's pretty amazing. He is the ever-ready bunny. He's always on the go. He's a good dude.
Clay, you said before the finals that this one was going to be super special. Do you have words to describe how you're feeling right now?
I don't. Donna been with me from freshman year. And Mama, Daddy, Tracy Lee, Gail, Dalton, I miss you, but I knew you were riding with me today, buddy. Doug Stringer, Whitney, finally won one. Man, it was just so hard. It took long enough. Thank you. UNOH Parts Plus, great clips. I'm screwing up like the whole sponsor thing, but right there, that little man rides with me everywhere I go.
No, it's good.
Stop on that loud pedal, buddy. Curly is crying his little.
Don't want to miss Tennessee's very own Clay Millican in his first NHRA Winter Circle.
Last question for you, Clay. Here, racing in your home state, Bristol, Tennessee. A lot of emotions at this place, I'm sure. How do you keep it all together and go out there and perform as well as you already have?
Well, I mean, I've said it a lot, and I'll say it for the rest of the time people ask me about it. Nothing will ever top winning on Father's Day weekend. I've won whatever it is, 3 races since then. The excitement is there, but the emotions of it will never be the same as that. That was such a huge win. Firm believer of things happen for a reason, and they happen when they're supposed to. You know, it was supposed to take 19 years and 254 starts or whatever it was. It was, team runner-ups, and everything happens for a reason. It was supposed to happen on that day the way it did. So emotionally, nothing will ever top that. I don't care what we go win. I actually said the other day, I could go on a streak winning U.S. Nationals like Ed McCullough, but it will not amount. It won't even come close to what that was that day. But this place is absolutely beautiful. I'm certainly a Tennessee boy top to bottom. I've never lived anywhere else. Have no intentions of living anywhere else. But it's a special place. I love it. It's difficult. You got some elevation. The track is a little challenging, but that just makes it that much better when you are fortunate enough to win this thing.